One of the biggest differences that we often see between different standards of players is their ability to change between the grips quickly. Improving this skill can be the difference between you taking the shot early and connecting with it well, or just completely mistiming it. The aim is to master changing your grips until it becomes so natural that you can do it in your sleep. And in this video we'll show you how, so let's get to it.
Before we start, if you're unsure on the 4 grips you need to know in badminton, then we'd highly recommend going to watch our video on this first. We'll put a link in the description below. Now, changing between the different grips quickly is so important in all areas of the court. The net, mid-court, defence,
Rear court, or coming into the net after a huge smash.
So, how do you change between grips in badminton?
Well, it's all about having a loose grip, mainly using your index finger and thumb to adjust the position of the racket and rolling it in your hand like this. And then you can use these other 3 fingers to provide control and support. If you're holding the racket as tight as you can, it's almost impossible to change grip, let alone change it quickly. Whereas if you're holding it loosely, look how much easier it is to turn the grip. Changing your grips quickly is all about it becoming natural, and it will only become natural with practice. And this is why we've thought of 7 levels of practice that you can progress through to build up your grip changing speed. Honestly, you'll get to a stage where you don't even think about your grips when you're playing, and you can focus on other things such as your tactics.
So level 1, practice without a shuttle, switching between a forehand and backhand grip in drives, net shots, lifts and defence. And like any new skill, you'll be slow at first, but the more you do it, the faster you'll get. Take typing for example. We're all terrible at typing the first time we try it, but over time it becomes more natural until we don't even need to look at the keyboard to know what we're typing. Again, keep remembering to use your fingers and thumb in a nice relaxed grip. For level 2, you can also do this practice with a heavier racket to improve your fingers and thumb strength, your wrist strength, and overall endurance when changing grips. For both level 1 and 2, we'd recommend doing 20 reps 2 or 3 times through.
So level 3 is 1 shadow and 1 hit. This slowly progresses our ability to change grips. For example, today I want to work on my ability to change grips at the net. So I'm going to start by shadowing a forehand kill and then move on to hit at the backhand side. Adding the shuttle gives you instant feedback as to whether you've changed your grip correctly and quickly enough. And at this point in time, changing grips still isn't natural, so we want to keep our practices patterned. Level 4 is alternate multi-feed. Now you can practice hitting the shuttle on both sides, remembering to start slowly until you gain the confidence and ability to speed it up. And remember to practice any area where you struggle with grip changes.
Level 5 is random multi-feed. Now you've mastered alternating between grips, you need to learn to adapt to a random situation, like it would be in a match. The feeder can feed in slowly to begin with, hitting to any side. Now, as we progress through these levels, you might also need to look at other areas of your technique which might be impacting this quick grip change, such as having your elbow too tucked in, or even just being in the wrong position.
Level 6 is alternate hitting with a single shuttle. This is where we have 1 feeder hitting to alternate sides. And as we said earlier, focus on the areas where you feel like you're slowest at changing grips. And if you don't have a feeder, you can do this against the wall.
Now last but not least, level 7 is an unpredictable single shuttle routine. This is where you don't know what's coming, with a feeder hitting anywhere, putting you under pressure and making you change grips quickly. This can again be done across all areas of the court, and as you can see, we're doing it in defence here, which is an exercise we do regularly in our training. And you can also practice this from the middle as a singles routine too. Practicing under pressure now will only help you be more prepared when you get to a game. A quick tip is that you should also practice adjusting your grip further up the handle for more control in some shots such as your net shots or defence, and adjusting it further down the handle for more power and a longer lever in some rear cut shots such as your smash.
So they were the 7 levels that you can progress through to practice quickly changing your grips. And these practices apply to all of the grips. So no matter if you feel confident changing from a forehand to backhand, but struggle changing from a bevel to a panhandle, then these will definitely help you improve your game. You want to get to the point where you know the grip for each shot, and then as soon as you know what shot you're playing, you quickly adjust your grip without even thinking about it.
Lastly, if you've enjoyed this video, please give it a like, smash the subscribe button if you haven't already, and we'll see you on another video.